is show you that. I'm recording this right now so that if you, and hope if I do it right, we'll be able to keep it and send it out to people later who aren't here, or if you want to hear again what some of the things were, we can do that. So let's start by, I want to show you first of all the marketing website. This is our website. This is the website that we developed last year for the world to see. And it's really set up to do nothing but be our promotional area. And you can see this is the home page, and it has Find Your Passion in Rotary. We just added Bring a Friend to that page. And while we're on that page, I want to point to several things. First of all,
I don't see a page, Bill or Bob.
You don't
I don't see a page.
Yeah, neither do I.
You don't see that page?
I don't see anything. And it says I'm connected.
No,
Can you give us the website?
Yeah,
Can you give us the website?
WRLI.
It says Zone 33 RLI Planning. That's all it shows on mine.
Yeah, but you, Bob, you should be able to put it up on our screen as the Heffy of the thing.
Okay, let me do that. Where is that?
Should have a button in the upper right for share screen.
Oh, something's happening. Ah,
Good.
We see
well, there's
half,
somebody.
we see half a head, full head.
That's me.
Oh, yeah.
I'll turn that off.
Oh, nothing.
Can you see the screen now?
No,
Share your.
Nothing on here now.
There it is.
there it is.
There
Okay.
it is.
Oh, there it is.
All right,
Okay.
good. So here is that screen, and you could this is our home page. And while we're looking at it, you'll see that there's a video there which somebody can click and play. There's pictures on there. And while we're looking at pictures, I just want to really put out a plea for people to send pictures in that I can use. Too often I get the same picture, which is a bunch of folks standing in line, smiling, who just graduated. I'd like to have some more action pictures, which shows the fun that goes on, the communication goes on, and take those pictures and send them in to us so that I can update these pictures. It's funny because I was criticized for the picture of the guy and gal because I thought it was a young gal and an old guy, sort of an approach to the old and the new Rotarians. I find out the gal is not that young, but to me she was young. So I was criticized for that. I'm still looking for a better picture. Now, also,
you, Abraham Lincoln is young, Stinson.
I know. Also on that page are links to a Facebook page. So if you're at an event and you take some pictures at the event on your phone and you put them up on Facebook, make sure you find our Facebook page, RLI 33 Facebook page, and post them there, so that if I want to go and see some of the action at RLI, I can see it through our Facebook page. So somebody coming to our page and they want to see what's going on, they click the Facebook link and it takes them to our Facebook page. Unfortunately, when you go to that page, you're not going to see anything that's very relative. I think we have some postings from January of last year. So that's something that we really need help on in promotion. We have a YouTube page. If you take a video and you put it up on YouTube, again, connect it to RLI 33, look for that site on YouTube, and we can connect to those YouTubes. So of something going on in the classroom or somebody making a presentation, just a couple of minutes to show some action. And finally, we have a page where you see my photos, and that's a Flickr page. And anybody having a photo can send that to us, and we can upload it onto the Flickr page. So it's a very active. It's really meant to promote. And as we go and see, you'll see the other parts of our blog site. You'll see that all the real administrative things are done there. Now, so this is the home page. The second page is a description of the programs, and it shows the part 1, part 2, and part 3, and it's a general description of what RLI is. So if somebody coming to the page and they've been at an event and they want to know what RLI is, they can come here. They get a brief description, and we list the courses. And at the bottom of that page is a link, which if you click it, will give you the calendar of all of our events. It'll download that calendar, and you can bring it down and you can download it, and you can print out a calendar of all of our events. That also appears on other pages, but it does appear there. So that's the programs and the course page. Then we have the event registration page. On the event registration page, again, it shows the ability to get a printable download, and it shows every one of the events. And I think we only have, Bill, we only have the first part of the year's events up. And people register just by... Oh, Bevan's on. Good. All right. We're starting without you, Bevan. But, and we're just about hearing you, but... Well,
Yeah, and I'm in the middle of a thunderstorm, so I'm not sure how long I'll be with you, but
okay.
I'm trying.
Well, it just went through here, so join us as you can. So all of the events are here, and anybody coming to the page, and this is very important for our newer district chairs, is that if somebody wants to register an event, they go to this page, they click register, and it takes them over to our registration process, which is on ABC sign up. So that's how people register. Finally, we have a news page, and the news page is basically, we ask our district chairs when they have an event to send us a short article about that event, and maybe with a picture. So you see here a posting that we did. It's a blog. There's postings that we've done with pictures that have been sent to us. And again, these are lovely people, but they're just standing up in front of, standing in line. We want to have pictures of the graduation, but, as I said at the summer meeting, I'd sure like to see a fist fight or something going on. It shows some people getting involved a little bit. But so please, district chairs, after you complete an event, take a couple of pictures and send them to me with a description. It's very important that when you send me a picture like this, tell me who's in the picture. So put the names down, and in this case, even better, this is picture graduates, and they put down the club as the person and the president. So that's really reinforces those folks who know. So that's our news page, and then finally, if I'm on the website and I want to get some information about events, we're going to send them directly to you, district chairs, and there's a list of all the district chairs, their names and their districts, and their email addresses. So that's there. So if anybody comes to the site and they say, well, I really want to know a little bit more about that, then it's really available. They can call you or email you. We don't want them calling you, but they can email you, and you can get that information back to them. But please remember that as the district chair, you're the most important person in the district in terms of answering those questions. And if you get into a situation that yeah, Bob just said if everybody would just mute their button, that might be the best thing, and then unmute it as you want to say something. But for this initial part, please unmute your button. So I think there's a way for me to do that, but I'm not sure that I might unmute myself. So this is basically the marketing tool that we have. This is something we set up last year. We thought that the blog had so much information, is so useful, but for somebody, the average Rotarian coming into the blog site, there was so much information that I think we confused many of them. And you know, that's somewhat easy to do. So that is our website. That is where we market. That's where we keep the registration up to date. And that's part of it. Now I want to move from the website to I want to move over to I'm going to put up the blog site, because there's a lot of good information on the blog site, and it's been there for a while. It's all under important documents. So as you go through that page, important documents, you're going to see event management, and you're going to see job descriptions, but and all of the information that you would ever want as far as a district chair in terms of putting together events is under event management. We have job descriptions there, and I always say, please don't read your job description, because if you do, you might quit. But under promotion, we have the brochure, which I handed out. And by the way, if you need brochures, I still have about 1,000, and I would be glad to put 100 in an envelope and send them to you. Just send me an email at bob@plangoals.com, and I'll get those out to you within a day or two. So I still have, you know, they don't do any good sitting in my office. They're more good for you to hand out at events and hand out at club meetings. So if you don't have a stack of them now, I invite you to send me an email, and I will get them out within the next day or so. So under important documents, there's the brochure. There's a number of P-mails that have been composed that if you want to, for example, send a P-mail to all the club presidents, and we've always said that you send that to the club presidents 30 days ahead, and then maybe 3 to 14 days ahead. Please do that, and use your district database to do that. But you don't have to compose them. There's a form in there. There's a P-mail in there that you can take and you can modify for any way you want, and use that as your way of contacting the club presidents. There's also in there for assistant governors, and assistant governors are a tremendous source of support for the events, because if it's in their area, for example, we have one coming up in Myrtle Beach, the assistant governor in Myrtle Beach will be the best person in the world to be able to get that information out to the clubs, and do that with some of their visits or their telephone calls to club presidents. So please utilize the assistant governors the most you can to get them involved in the process. There's a slideshow in there, but the thing that I want to really show you is the new club presentation. We rolled this out. We rolled this out at the winter meeting, but it's still there. And the intent of this was we hope that in every district there are faculty members, and there are faculty members who will be willing to go to clubs and make a presentation. Now, knowing Rotarians, you don't have to put words in their mouth, and that's not the purpose of our PowerPoint. But the purpose of our PowerPoint is maybe give them something to work on. So here we have, and I'm going to click on here so you can see them. We have a PowerPoint presentation. which somebody can download, somebody can modify, and use, so that you don't have to start from scratch. So in making presentations to the clubs, that's the way to do it. And I'll go back. We have a text for the PowerPoint presentation. And again, if you've ever made a presentation, you know that the words that are in the script that you're given may not roll easily off of your tongue. And remember that this was written from a guy who was brought up in New Jersey, so these words may not roll off your tongue as easily as they may stumble off of mine. So by no stretch of the imagination do we want this again, as I said, is just a starting point. It's something that the person can use for the presentation. Now, what I've encouraged people to do is to contact the clubs and to make a 20-minute presentation to be the program for the day. But I've recently found that, and sometimes here we are coming up, for example, we've got 2 events coming up in September, and when you try to get onto the agenda to do those presentations, you'll find that they already have everybody booked. I was in Myrtle Beach 2 weeks ago, and I wound up making a 10-minute presentation and handing out brochures for an event that's coming up in a couple of weeks. And it was just as effective than if I got up there and did a dog and pony show. So I think that worked out really well. The funny thing was that I got a call yesterday. Sandy Brook went into the hospital, and they needed somebody to substitute for the governor, and they asked me if I could show up tomorrow. Well, that I just couldn't do it. But still in all, these club presentations are a great idea. One of the things that came up at the summer meeting as we were talking was the idea of the district chair trying to put a committee together of people who could help make those presentations or be advocates for RLI. I think that's really important because, you know, in our district, we've got 49 clubs, and being able to make that personal connection with the 49 clubs is extremely difficult. And club presidents get an awful lot of emails, and some of them, you know, maybe don't even get opened. So it's very important that we make that personal visit or personal communications. So the idea of forming a committee of people who are RLI graduates or RLI facilitators and having them help you with that is a good idea. All of the facilitators, by the way, if you haven't gotten it yet, are listed in our directory of facilitators. So everybody usually gets a directory of facilitators. I don't think it's going to open. I think it's in the process. Bevan probably is in the process of updating it. It'll probably be out in the next couple of weeks. But it'll give you all the facilitators and the people who can be your advocates in your district. So don't feel like the Lone Ranger. You've got a team in your district of people who will help you spread the word and tell people about events. I think it's very important. Now, you know, I did some facilitation sessions back in June and July of this year for event, and they were effective, but you got to reinforce that. Once again, people aren't going to remember what you told them in May for an event which is going to occur in October. So getting as we get closer into that 30-day window and 45-day window, you've got to remember clubs and assistant governors about the ability to participate. So that's and then finally, the other thing that we have is the video, and let's see if the video plays.
Kelly Norman, member of the Rotary Club of Clayton, and I would like to invite you to join me at our next Rotary Leadership Institute event where we find our passion in Rotary. At the Rotary Leadership Institute, or RLI, we will have the opportunity to become friends with others like ourselves who are seeking greater value in the Rotary experience. We will participate in group discussions on a variety of Rotary topics led by experienced Rotary facilitators so that we can learn from our shared experience. We will all graduate with a new appreciation of what it means to be a Rotarian. We will be much better prepared to serve our community, and the world. So let's do this. Go to www.rli33.org and register now for the next available event. Find your passion in Rotary.
That makes a very good quick intro to a presentation. And if you have nothing more time than that, that takes a minute. Other than setting it up, it takes a minute and 5 seconds the whole video to play. So it's a good promotional tool. That video is the one that is also on the website when you go to the homepage of the website. But so those are the tools that exist. The other thing to talk about is prior to and after the event is a great time to communicate. Make sure that, and you can do this through the website, through the ABC sign up, is to make sure you remind people of the upcoming event. You will have on an ABC sign up the ability to see who's coming to the event. You also have the ability to send them an email. So always remember prior to the event to remind them to send an email. And the other thing which is excellent to do afterwards, and I believe Bob Parkinson was the one that told me about this idea, which he does, is after the event, he sends emails to everybody after the event, reminding them of the event and reminding them when the next event is and inviting them to bring a friend to the next event. Word of mouth is the best marketing tool you can use, and that reinforcement is so, as a district chair, you're so glad that the event's over with and you can rest for a couple of minutes. But before you do that, get online and go to ABC sign up and send emails to the people who have participated in the event, and remind them to bring a friend to the next one. So it's a continuing process in doing that. So that is the extent of everything that I really thought was important to cover. I think that the tools are there for you to look at. There's 2 websites. There's the blog site with all the administrative tools, and there's the RLI33.org marketing website, which is the face of RLI for everybody in the zone. So with that, if you have any questions or any comments or any ideas that you would like to share, please unmute yourself and let's hear about them.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Bill, are you on right now? Bill?
I'm on. Go ahead.
How about we go to ABC sign up and talk about how to send an email out of ABC sign up?
What do you need to know about ABC sign up?
How to send an email. I'll pull it up.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so let's take an upcoming event, and we have to get current events, and we want to make sure that. So let's take the Greenville event, for example. We know we have some people signed up for that. Hi, Bill. Bill.
Okay, I'm going to talk you through, Bob, and you just go ahead and get it.
Okay.
Click on Message Center. Click on New Custom Notification.
Custom.
Up. New custom. Yes.
Got it.
Click on Continue.
Okay.
All right. Go down to where it says Send Message to. Click here to use your email system. Send message to. It says all registrants. Go further to the right. Keep coming to the right.
Oh.
Click there.
Okay.
Now all you have to do is cut that and paste it into your own email system. There are all of the attendees' emails. And the reason why I suggest this is because everybody is comfortable with their own email system, and their own email system keeps a record of what you're sending and what you're receiving. So you just open your own email system, cut all this, paste it into your own email system. You're ready to go.
I'll do that. There you go.
There you go.
As easy as that.
And the reason why I suggest this is because you don't get hung up on drafts, final copies, pendings, and the stuff will go through. So it is really the best way to go in order to communicate. And I can't tell you enough about communicating with your faculty to let them know where your event is, and communicating with your Rotarians to make sure that they know where to go and how to get there. It's better to be told twice than not at all.
Okay, good. Any other tools that we should be looking at? Bob Parkinson wants first yours. They'll go out tomorrow.
What's that? I'm here.
Okay. Anything else? Any other questions people have? You know, when it comes to promotion, please contact me. When it comes to registration process or things such as that, difficulty with people registering, hopefully you'll be able to put them in the right direction. Hopefully we've simplified the registration process, but you know, people still, we have less issues than we had before, but every once in a while somebody does something wrong and they can't figure out how to get back to where they ought to be.
I got somebody had a waffle for the next event, which I thought was really good. I suggest that when you have an RLI, give people opportunity to get all the tickets, and you pull them out of the hat, and whoever gets the ticket for their next event, obviously you can't do it for graduate. Well, yeah, you can do it for graduate, come to faculty, I suppose. But I thought that was a really good idea. I'm going to use that.
One of the things that I saw us use a couple times, which was very effective, is when you get to the part 3 folks who are now have stuck it out through all 3 sessions and are usually enthusiastic about what we're doing. It's a good thing to offer them the video and the PowerPoint presentation and let them go back to the club and and make that presentation. That provides them, it gives them something to do. They're enthusiastic. There's nothing like somebody coming back to the club and say, boy, I really had a nice time Saturday at RLI. We know that there are those who will come back and complain that they wasted their day, but the great majority will have had a good time, and that's the word that we want to spread.
Suggestion?
Yes.
I take the stuff from RI or the RLI guys out in Chicago. They send an email to us periodically.
Mm-hmm.
I forward to all graduates.
Okay, good.
To keep plugged in.
Good. All right. Is there anything else anybody wants us to cover at this point? I covered the basics. This is being recorded, and I will make it available to everybody if they want to. Some people couldn't make it. We've got events coming up. Right, there are events happening right now, so I hope you utilize these tools, and please share with us anything that you find is very effective.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thanks, Bob.
Okay.
Thanks, Bob.
All right. Thanks for attending. And pardon, we're still learning to use these new tools, but it sure beats driving for a couple hours to make it happen. All right. Take care. Have a good evening, and let's have a great time.
Thank you very much, Bob.
Thank you.
Good.
Bye.
Thanks for putting this together.
Thank you.